Hi everyone. So in the last class we have detailedly discussed about the glacial landforms, and prior to that we have discussed about the fluvial landforms and as well as aeolian landforms. Then in the last class we have discussed about the glacial landforms, and in the present class we will be discussing about the karst landforms and as well as marine landforms. Okay. So first we will start our discussion with karst landforms, the landforms which you see in the karst topography. Karst. Now, this karst, the word karst is not common word, right? It's not familiar word to you. Fluvial very common, glacier very common. Karst is not common, right? So karst landforms, the karst landforms got its name because, so basically the karst type of landforms can be seen where the rocks are rich in limestone. Okay, that is CaCO3. So where you can find karst landforms or the karst topography where the rocks are rich in limestone, that is calcium carbonate. And you know the nature of limestone, right? Limestone ఏమంటారు సున్నపురాయి. Nature of limestone ఏంటి? It can, when water falls on it, when rain falls, the rain collects the carbon dioxide gas in the air, and when it falls on the limestone rock, it starts to dissolve. అవునా? ఎప్పుడైతే వర్షపు నీళ్ళు సున్నప్రాయం మీద పడుతుందో అది ఏమవుతుంది, కరగడం స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. అట్లా కరగడం వల్ల ఏర్పడే ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్సే వాటిని ఏమంటాం, కాస్ట్ ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్. యాక్చువల్గా లైమ్స్టోన్ ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్స్ అనాలి, కానీ దీన్ని కాస్ట్ ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్ ఎందుకు అంటారంటే, యుగోస్లేవియాలో దెర్ ఇస్ ఏ ప్లేస్ కాల్డ్ యుగోస్లేవియా. తెలుసా? యుగోస్లేవియా ఇస్ ద బర్త్ ప్లేస్ ఆఫ్ మదర్ తెరిసా. Okay, so here in the Yugoslavia, the Balkan Peninsula, there is a region called Karst. There is a region called Karst, and this region is rich in limestone. Okay, Yugoslavia ఒక రీజన్ అది కాస్ట్ అనేది. ఆ కాస్ట్ రీజన్లో లైమ్స్టోన్ రిచ్ ఉంది, అందుకనే లైమ్స్టోన్ ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్స్ని ఎక్కడైతే లైమ్స్టోన్ రిచ్ ఉన్న రీజన్స్ని ఎక్కడైతే ఆ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్స్ ఫామ్ చేస్తుందో దాన్ని ఏమంటాం, కాస్ట్ ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్. అర్థమైందా? So karst landforms are nothing but the landforms which are dominated by which rock? Limestone. Is it clear? And why these landforms are formed? The erosion or deposition? Erosion basically dissolve అవడం వల్ల, మళ్ళీ ఇదే మెటీరియల్ లిక్విడ్లో కలిసిపోయి ఉంటుందో దాని వల్ల మళ్ళీ డిపోజిషన్ ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్స్ ఫామ్ చేస్తారు. అవేంటో చూద్దాం. గాట్ మై పాయింట్? కాస్ట్ ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్స్ అంటే ఏంటో. సో వాట్ ఆర్ కాస్ట్ ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్స్? And the karst landforms are also called as underground water landforms. Underground water landforms. Now, why they are also called the underground water landforms? Because see, even this rock, this entire structure what you are seeing is made up of limestone. Okay, so majorly dominated by limestone. So whenever the rain falls in this region, what happens? Wherever there is limestone, it will dissolve and water will move underground and forms different structures in the underground. So that's why it also called as karst landforms are also called as underground water landforms. Getting my point? Yeah. See, so when rain falls, from the air it takes carbon dioxide and it turns into carbonic acid, and when this rain fall on limestone rich area, the limestone rock will dissolve and water will enter beneath the surface, forming underground landforms. Okay, so the karst topography, why the name has come, is named after the typical topography developed in limestone rocks of karst region in Balkans, which is part of Yugoslavia there. Okay, so what happens here? A landscape produced by the action of groundwater. Glacial landforms by the action of moving of ice, glaciers. Fluvial, running water. Aeolian, wind, wind. Here, water, underground water. Okay, so it is landscape produced by the action of underground water on the rocks, and mostly it is limestone and dolomite, right? So you know that the limestone is an organic sedimentary rock which easily soluble in rainwater, water, right? So where do you find the karst topography? Where there is limestone rich rocks. That is the favorable conditions for the formation of karst topography. Okay, right. No, first note on the erosional, and then we'll discuss about the depositional landforms. Karst topography, erosional landforms. First, once the landforms are done, you can understand this structure. Okay, yeah. So first, starting with erosional landforms. The first name, the first type of erosional landform that we are going to discuss is sinkhole. What is it? Sinkhole. Okay. Now, what is a sinkhole? Can you see? So when the rainwater flows on the surface, if the surface rock on that place, that rock is dominated by limestone, the entire part get dissolved, and this is called sinkhole. Okay, and this sinkhole may be vary in size. Some may be small, some may be big. Okay, and the small things may furtherly they get deepen. So sinkhole is one of the erosional feature of in karst topography, or the formed by the underground water. Next, dew line. Okay, if the couple of sinkholes collapse, it forms into dew line. Getting my point? If a sinkhole collapse, it forms into dew line. Next, uvalas. Uvalas. Okay. So what you can see is this is one sinkhole, this is one sinkhole, this is one sinkhole. So what is an uvala? A compound sinkhole made by enlargement and coalesce of smaller individuals. That means sinkhole is small. If it collapses, it forms into dew line. If 2-3 sinkholes combined, it forms into uvalas. Okay. So just remember, these are all erosional landforms. Sinkhole, dew line, uvalas, all are the erosional landforms formed by underground water. Okay. Clear? Understood the difference? Yeah. Next, lapis. Lapis. Okay. So open motam in a limestone field region, you can see this kind of structures, grooved structures like this. What does it mean? How they are formed? Okay. So the ridges, what are these? These are ridges. These are called lapis. Now how they are formed? Is it because of the lava coming from beneath? No. How they are formed? The ridges are formed due to the differential solution activity along parallel to the subparallel joint. That means wherever there is a weak rock is there, that has been eroded by the solution, and the hard one remains like this. Okay. So along the joints, joint parts get eroded, and the structure remains like this. So this lapis is an erosional landform. Similarly, you have limestone pavement. Okay. See, this is rock. This is a rock before weathering. So what happens? Slowly the water droplet seeps into these gaps. these gaps will enlarge. Getting my point? So these are rocks, so water will seeps into the joints and joints will enlarge, forming limestone pavement structure like this. Okay. So basically limestones and lapis are almost both are same, but here limestones are like natural our limestone pavement, just like our footpath pavement, right? So these are limestone pavements. So limestone pavements are both are almost same, but lapis are irregular. Here they can be seen where the joints are widened. Okay. So in general, you need not remember this, but yeah. So the gaps here are called as grikes. Okay, and the separated blocks are called as clims. Anyways, you need not remember. Just remember that limestone pavement lapis are the erosional features in karst topography. Okay, you can see these are the clims, separated blocks, and the gaps are grikes. And next, caves. Caves. Now, how caves are formed? So, underground caves, the karst topography cave. See, in general, first notice this picture. There is normal rainfall. So, rainfall added with the carbon, it is the carbonic acid. So, when this rainfall falls on the rocks, so it will erode wherever there is limestone and it forms sinkhole and water will enter into underground. Second picture. Water has entered into underground. Now, so wherever there is limestone or weak rocks, that is nothing but the limestone dominated, all the rocks will get soluble. Okay, and the water will go further down. And when the water from for further down, you can see the structures like this called as caves. Getting my point? How caves are formed? So initially the water enters to the sinkhole. Okay, and wherever there are the weak rocks and weak areas, that is limestone, it is dissolved and water will further move down. When water table generally it comes down, the entire structure what you see are nothing but caves. So caves is also erosional feature. Why it is called erosional feature? Earlier there was no cave here, but because of the action of groundwater, a cave has formed. What has done? It is a kind of erosion, right? Dissolving is all kind of erosion. Got my point? So what is a cave? So cave formation is prominent in the areas where there is limestone and other rocks. And limestone part, where there is limestone, the water will percolate down either through joints or through sinkhole, and wherever there is the horizontal beds of limestone, that part it gets dissolved, forming caves. Okay, understood? Yeah. So these are what now? Caves. Okay. If someone moves here, thinking that it is forest, trees are there, if someone moves there, you never know, you may get into a sinkhole and you may fall and got into cave. Okay. So similar cave you can see in Borra caves near to the Vijayanagaram, actually the present Vijayanagaram Srikakulam area, you can find Borra caves. Okay. So if you go to that place, they will show you the underground caves. So whenever you go to that place, especially to Araku, this region, tourism areas, Vizag, go to visit Borra caves. So Borra caves in Andhra Pradesh is an example of karst topography. So that region is rich in limestone. So when you go there, they will show you this limestone, and they will also narrate you the story how this cave was discovered. Okay, do you know? Yeah, you know this shepherds, right? People who rear sheeps, okay, and sometimes cows also. So when the local people, when they used to churn the animals like cows there, domestic animals. One cow fell into this cave, and that's how they have found this uh, Borra caves. Okay, and similarly in Meghalaya, there is a cave called Mamlu Caves. Mamlu Caves. Mamlu Caves. Over a period of time, they may collapse. Okay. Huh? Whenever there is water flow. In dry period, if there is no water, there is no dissolving, right? Okay. So it is similar kind of caves. One of the oldest caves you can see in Mamlu Caves. Where? In Meghalaya. Sorry, I was not able to recall, so I have googled it. Okay. So Borra Caves, Mamlu Caves in Meghalaya are the examples of the karst topography or the limestone pavement in the limestone structures in the country. Okay, and the Mamlu caves of Meghalaya are one of the oldest one. Okay, so many geologists from the different parts of the world are performing research in this Meghalaya. Okay, and the present era, what we are living in, is also considered as the Meghalayan era. Okay, yeah. Anyways, so that is further topic for you, current affairs topic. So Mamlu caves in Meghalaya are also part of, or the best example of these things. And Andhra Pradesh, Borra caves are the examples of this. Okay, if you have time, you can also Google the pictures of these two caves. Right? Yeah. So sinkhole, water enters into that, and the horizontal blocks of the limestone gets dissolved and forms into caves. So these are examples of what? So sinkhole, dew line, uvalas, okay, lapis, limestone pavements, caves. These are all erosional features of. So this is a picture of Borra caves. If you go here, they will show you this picture. Okay, and polize, Polize. Okay, so polize is nothing but it is a very large flat floor depression in the karst region. How it is formed? So look at this picture. So this was a flat area. This was entire part was filled with the limestone rocks. Okay. So initially the sinkholes might have formed. Sinkholes form ayi untayi. Ade malli dew lines ayi untayi, collapse ayi malli uvalas ayi untadi. Entire structure collapse ayi untadi. Now ippudu chudandi oka flat land form అయిపోయింది ఇక్కడ. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఈ ఫ్లాట్ ల్యాండ్ కంటే ముందు ఇక్కడ యాక్చువల్గా రాక్స్ ఉండే, అది సింకోల్ లాగా ఫామ్ అయ్యి మళ్ళీ ఉవాలాస్గా ఫామ్ అయ్యి మొత్తం collapse అయింది. The entire part got collapsed and formed into polize. So that's why what is a polize? Polize is a very large flat floor depression in the karst region. How it is formed? And they are often formed by merging of several uvalas. Okay. So as he rightly pointed out, you can find karst topography not just the region where there is limestone. There should be rainfall also. So basically humid regions you can find this type of topography. Okay, na? Right. Now depositional landforms, very important. Karst depositional landforms. Two things, there are only two things that you have to remember. One is stalactite and stalagmite. These are two depositional features. So first note down stalactite and second you look at stalagmite. I will explain what is that. Stalactites and stalagmite. stalactite and stalagmite and stalagmite. Now how they are formed? In the real picture, can you see? These are the structures, how these structures are formed. Let's see. This is a limestone cave. Okay. So there is somewhere sinkhole. So from that the water has evolved. The horizontal bed of that region got eroded. Now what happens? The limestone, when water falls on the limestone, it dissolves, right? And it dissolves and forms into liquid. And it will seep through the roofs. ఈ రూఫ్స్ దగ్గర అట్లా చుక్క చుక్క పడుతూ ఉంటుంది. దీంట్లో ఆల్రెడీ లైమ్స్టోన్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఏమవుతుంది, ఓవర్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైం పైనుంచి ఒక ఇట్లా స్ట్రక్చర్ లాగా ఫామ్. దీన్ని ఏమంటాం? స్టాలక్టైట్. ఫ్రమ్ రూఫ్ టు టువర్డ్స్ బాటమ్. రూఫ్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి టువర్డ్స్ బాటమ్. అది నారో టేప్డ్ ఉంటుంది, చాలా షార్ప్ ఉంటుంది పాయింట్, రైట్. మళ్ళీ సేమ్ వాటర్ డ్రాప్లెట్స్ ఆల్సో ఫాల్ ఆన్ ద గ్రౌండ్, అండ్ ఫ్రమ్ the ground part of the cave another structure is formed. This is called stalagmite, and over a period of time this stalagmite and stalagmite may meet and form into pillars. Okay, so stalactite and stalagmite are, what are they? They are depositional landforms formed by the action of underground water. Okay, important stunning features of which topography? Karst topography. మీరు తెలుగులో మూవీలో టక్కర్ దొంగ మూవీ చూసుంటారు, లాస్ట్లో డైమండ్స్ దొరికే ప్లేస్. సో ఆల్మోస్ట్ అదే స్ట్రక్చర్లా ఉంటాయి స్టాలగ్మైట్స్. ఓకే, stalactites and stalagmites. So when they meet, they may form into pillars. Okay, once try to answer this question. Consider following. Karst topography generally forms in the areas where there is abundant rainfall, where bedrock comprises of carbonate rich rock. అంటే ఏమంటుంది ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ పాయింట్? కాస్ట్ టోపోగ్రఫీ అంటే ఎక్కడైతే వర్షం ఎక్కువ ఉండి, ఎక్కడైతే రాక్స్లో కార్బోనేట్ రిచ్ రాక్ ఉంటుందో, అంటే CaCO3 రాక్స్ ఉంటాయో అక్కడ ఫామ్ అవుతుందంట. కరెక్ట్ అయిన పాయింట్? ఎస్, ట్రూ. నెక్స్ట్, సమ్ రీజన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది కాస్ట్ టోపోగ్రఫీ ఆర్ డామినేటెడ్ బై సెవరల్ కేవ్స్. కాస్ట్ టోపోగ్రఫీలో కేవ్స్ ఉంటాయంట. ఉంటాయా? ఉంటాయి. ఎందుకు? సో కేవ్ ఇస్ అన్ కాస్ట్ టోపోగ్రఫీలో అండర్ గ్రౌండ్ వాటర్ యాక్షన్ వల్ల ఫామ్ అయ్యే యాక్షన్. సో అందుకే ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ బోత్ 1 and 2. ఓకేనా? రైట్. సో ట్రై టు రైట్ ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్. వాట్ ఈస్ కాస్ట్ టోపోగ్రఫీ and what are the essential conditions for the formation of karst topography? So there should be first thing, rainfall, humid limestone rock area, abundant rainfall. Okay, water should percolate down, easily percolate down into the structure. These things, dissolving water, and you can explain about the structures they form, right? So this is about the karst landform.